Yo, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, me wa kwaba embra Dr. Ren TV show. Baby I will be ano if today is your first time I will share me. But not subscribe to my YouTube channel no. Na so share the video na entry enkomo. So when enkomo na ewo no very simple. Enkomo ewo very simple. Yenti the Article 111 Eka.
Article 111 of the 1992 Constitution.
Enti the Article 1119 of the 1992 Constitution Eka. Medina Betuja Eddie Amao Ewahase.
Immediately, the contractor, all those working here must be arrested immediately. It doesn't make sense. Look at this. Look at this. And you destroy the road without the consent of the road. You destroy the road, the public road. In which country can this be allowed? In which country can this be allowed? In your own country, can anybody do this? It's madness. It's madness. The owner of this property is not bigger than this country. The owner of this property is not bigger than this country. Even the president of the republic, with all the executive powers in his hands, can't do this and won't do this. What kind of indiscipline is this? And we sit in this country and allow this nonsense to go on with impudence. You enter into the road corridor, creating inconveniences to all those who use this stretch of the road. You have destroyed the road, and you think you have the power to do that. You should be arrested and prosecuted. Is national security here? This man must be picked. Please pick him. Pick him and arrest him. Put him in the car. This nonsense will not be allowed in our country. Foreigners come into our country and get in all kinds of things. You destroy public road, public property. Because of this property, can you do this in your own country? Arrest him. And national security should stop the construction. And anybody engaged in it, please arrest all of them. Arrest.
Yo, Abushama Busasa wine and na all Kasano, a former road minister, Dr. Amako Atta, Nanado Danko Kufuado, Nebushia Fono Ebia. When the president Kufuado eti akonyemuno, Amako Atta eyo Obia, no Ghana for the minister of roads. And the assembly SC, and I think say me Ghana for Edi and Komo Efa Assembly SC no. I will play a friend saying the audios for you to listen. A Joy FM. One more story be on my what the minority is saying about this new government. And you know, say this new government, why not say or no dear or the Sika Eba Beshed, what to the big push. Now, big push means say, oh, Baba be a quine. Na ekwan na wo ba be no onja inland roads no oba be focus on building a expressway send your matudino something similar like what Kwame Nkrumah did in the 60s when Ghana gained independence. So this new government is say ono de adwuma wo ba be no ono wafa to no ho so say wo ba be hwe na eja wasiesie Ghana yakwan na afenso why akwan kese akese 4 lanes we be ko car 4 air conaf car 4 air bar and on a Ghana here so that it would open a year Ghana into a year senior a bit me abomodiano and now me kwan so near to me one and abwa to a year increased productivity. As answer na ababa betuja a year minority the NPP so eduomo ano atum. And what is the NPP micro minority saying about it? What NPP party eka afa saa asɛm wei. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if today is your first time, unya baswa misrewa na washe a video no de amami. Eti ebeba ko what a year minority kafa these a year acquire no ho. What they are saying here very simple. Omo won sem bebre omaka afa ho. Ti yenko tie minority a year the asem omaka. Yemfa a year obi to say a year papa a friend of Dr. Ajima. But I don't know, and Sunny ever call a year Dr. Ajima Hono. Yenshare
reduce poverty without efficient transport. Building roads, Mr. Speaker, and port infrastructure is what will lower the cost of food and goods.
So the voice I would hear a NDC ni or no church and semu the importance of building roads. Now, he is the.
You will notice in this budget again that we have prioritized critical corridors, road corridors in this country. We have prioritized the construction of the Western Corridor, Wenchi all the way to the Eastern Corridor. That will take the road all the way from Aflao to the Upper East region. Kolongugu. Mr. Speaker, we have also prioritized the Central Corridor. And as we speak, the dualization of the Accra Kumasi, highway has reached about 64% completion rate. And Mr. Speaker, you will recall that when we came into power, that project was stopped because there was no dedicated funding for that project. It has been put now on the Big Push agenda. Mr. Speaker, the headline of President Mohammed's Big Push agenda is the new expressway that will see about 8 interchanges on the Kumasi-Accra highway. Mr. Speaker, all of these are not just concrete, bitumen, and metals. Mr. Speaker, these are projects that will impact our economy, that will produce jobs, and that will create employment.
So, what basically a year Ura Halasan, a year Suhine Kanina about a year the Accra Kumasi Expressway, what chips a massive a year project. It will open up for a year economic a year development. It will open up for a year Ghana, a bit to me, a deep jama, a piano, a tumpong. Because in Pempi, you're quite in. One more mudi a year or moka, a shank of a year, and Nubayano from a year Ashanti region and some parts of a year the northern region and other places. Now, Mobre into this a year expressway, the bit me car for it to me, Akko and Tem, it to me, Ababa do and Tem. But then, NPP for Susu say, a far a friend is saying, expressway, a binding super so ye. Unnecessary, according to the minority party. Say the minority Labour government's plan to construct new express from Accra to Kumasi as unnecessary. Insist funding funds. Insist funds be used to complete existing Accra highway. And this is what a friend is saying. NPP Foka. NPP for asoma mo kan nyina ne se ekwan ya ebefa so ebeye expressway no nyansa bi anim enya de ebeboa it according to the NPP no ehun ehia. This is what NPP and so eka. I don't know if you agree with a NPP. To me, look, John Mahama and then the NDC for what I can say, they say, and I've said it before. Don't pay much attention to the NPP. Continue. Build your expressway. Mo build the likes of NPP for no they can use the other routes, ability to Kumasi or wherever they want to travel to. Simple as that. Obi ti sa afenyo markings mo build a expressway ni we na mo so kwa konante so a na majuju ne car tag. What you say? That's a simple way. Enya pe ne ba betwetwe nsem bebre ni abeso so sa nkofo we so. Remember when Kwame Nkrumah wanted to build the Akosombo Dam? The NPP, Akufo-Addo's father, the NPP, the Buziers, the NPP, the JB Danquest, the NPPs, the Dumbus, fought against building of Akosombo Dam. Today, they are the ones enjoying it the most, without even paying everyone's electricity bills. Or ministers, and they didn't even pay any kobo. Ghana was even paying their light bills for them. So NDC don't pay attention to these people. And this is what I can say. Because when you give attention to these voices, a block bebre. And we here say pay attention. But coming from the NPP on this, I can tell you, say, Nyanse Bieni, Munkosuna Munsi expressway in Famai. Almost a month for enye by force. Ye si wie nso no mo ye madwen so mbefa so a ye hu omo car ye dwo omo ties. Simple. No mo nante Kumasi. Ana mo ne menya adwen. This is Dr. Ren TV. D sexy, D Ren. The ladies call me a papaga. Magiatum, baby albefebia. Now, there is something that is happening in Nigeria, and I think we need to talk about it. Attack on Christianity. The giant of Africa, Nigeria, Nigeria, I think is very uncalled for. Say a country as big and as huge, has numbers like Nigeria, would spend time, dedicate time to attack their fellow Nigerians in the name of religion. Look, the people that even brought Islam to you, where are they? The Islamic religion, they ban Nigeria. They dwell peacefully among the Christians. So to me, I think it is very, very bad, wrong for Nigerians at this era to be killing each other, all because the person is a Christian and he's not a Muslim. This is total stupidity. This is total foolishness. When you come to Ghana, one of the things that I always pride myself, and I feel so proud as a Ghanaian, is how Christians and Muslims dwell peacefully. And I think Nigerians can learn it. And you see, perhaps maybe we were lucky to get a first president who preached unity among us, who established institutions and systems that made it easier for a Christian to understand a Muslim and for a Muslim to understand a Christian. If you call some places in Ghana, you see a mosque here and then you see a church here. We don't kill ourselves because of religion. You know, Karl Marx, I always agree with him when it comes to religion. That is the opium of the masses, where people do not sometimes reason and put religion first. Even academicians, when it comes to religion, sometimes the wisdom of the black man ceases to work. And it's a shame, the news we are getting from Nigeria, to even to the extent that the United States of America, the president of America, Donald Trump, has added his voice and saying that soon they will send in troops to come and protect Christians. What a shame. Is the black man capable of managing his own problems and affairs, as our forefather, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, told us years ago? Some will say no, looking at the happenings in Nigeria. Now, I ask this simple question. When Nigeria is playing football, do we have Christians and Muslims supporting differently? I'm sure you support the flag of Nigeria, the green, white, green. Why can't you support each other and dwell peacefully and ensure that you guys will grow together and build your country, Nigeria? You are becoming a giant for things that are not relevant. It's sad to hear people say Nigeria is now becoming a giant of foolishness instead of being a giant of progress and development. And I think that when things are wrong, as a Pan Africanist, I am a Pan Africanist. I believe in the African man. And I believe that a black man is capable of managing his or her own affairs. That is why I am adding my voice to the many people who are crying out and calling that something ought to be done and something must be done. And to the ECOWAS, you are sitting at Abuja, the head office of ECOWAS is at Abuja. What are you saying about it? The economic community of West African states. What are you saying about this? It is a shame that we are not even getting men and women to rise up from different countries to say no, enough of this foolishness from our brothers and sisters who are killing Christians. It is a shame. It is pity, and it is very disgraceful to be a Nigerian as a Christian now means that even when you walk on the street of Nigeria, you have to hide. What a shame. Let's stop this total foolishness and come together and build our great continent. Nigeria can do better, and Nigeria ought to know better and do better. On this case, I will end it here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that is going on in Ghana. And I think that I need to tell this government. On the 12th of November, if you watch my video on YouTube, I said something about the happenings, what is happening in the Ghana Armed Forces. And let me tell you again, you are going to hear more death in the Ghana Armed Forces. I am not a prophet of doom, but I'm telling you what I know. Look, recently we heard that there's one NIMOS officer who died. They had an accident. Where was the location? Obuasi. The same Obuasi that some time ago in August, when our gallant men were going to do or have their so-called sensitization about local mining and how miners, galamseyers can mine legally. We lost 8 men. 9 months also, we have lost another person in Obuasi. Let me tell you, there is something going on. And I have said this, that the deaths are not going to stop unless we do some sacrifices. We do certain things. And I'm being honest. See, when this government came to power, the first accident that happened in Obuasi. What was it about? It was about gold. Over 10 Ghanaian boys in Obuasi were killed. What has been done about this particular death of these young boys? who were promised that if NDC come to power, they were going to give them jobs to do. So these boys went to Obuasi. Sorry, these boys, they live in Obuasi. They went to some of the mining companies. They went to AGC, a mining company. And to them, their government has come to power. Their government is in power. So there are some portion of lands where the miners don't mine, the company, AGA don't mine. These young men said they are going to take over that particular land and start mining. What happened? What happened was that these young men were shot and killed. Now, let me tell you something. When those young men were killed, what has the nation done about it? Ɛdeɛn na aban no ayɛ afa ho? Mmeranteɛ ne mmabaawa no a aban baa power a wɔn wuiɛ no, ɛdeɛn na aban wei ayɛ afa ho? Ebisa. Ɛdeɛn na esi? Enti a ewuo bebree no ɛfa gold ho no esi wɔ Obuasi. Ewuo bebree no a Obuasi a na esi. Ewuo bebree no a Obuasi a na esi. Helicopter yɛ ɛkɔhwee fam no, ɛhwee fam wɔ ɛyɛ Obuasi area hɔ a. 9 months wuo yi Obuasi. Mmeranteɛ ne mmabaawa wei nso mu wui no Obuasi. Ne nyinaa ɛfa gold ho, ɛfa mining ho. Ɛdeɛn na esisi? I have told you, and I will say it here. Aban na anya ho beebi a ɛbɛkɔ so a nkɔfo bebree bɛwu. When we talk about mining, when we talk about gold, we are talking about spirit. If you don't believe, get out here. My father was a miner for many years, and I know what I'm telling you. Yes. He was also an ex-military officer. I know what I am telling you. When it comes to gold is more spiritual. I'll give you an experiment. You can try it if you have gold. Who will go to say? Who will go to say? To say me tambia. Anopebia twa akukọ eti na famoja ni guso. Yene saa for the whole year. You will see gold net say no. Ebe kese. I'm telling you, it's not a joke. Every day, upe twa akukọ baako guso. Yeah. Enyakro. Ghana President John Mahama Betna say first akwanhye esi ye eye mrante aye bo wo mutuo wo Obuasi. Those spirits mrante ne mabawa ne bo wo mutuo wo Obuasi. Almost spirit is still around wandering about. I'm telling you. I've spoken to people from Obuasi. I was born in Obuasi. Nyame primary and JHS, because school Obuasi. They could do JSS. Because one of the best schools at the time in Ghana. Anglo Gold Ashanti, AGC, that and Ashanti Goldfields Corporation. I want to go school. From a nursery, ABC, JSS. One of the best schools. Now, bro, for next year. TME. Into the Akosono, I will Obuasi. Me nim paying for a CBA din komo or Obuasi. Say, Red, Papa Ghana, one calm man paying for number young baby a accident ni besi sa. Ana enjoy so and then watch na. Enti galamsey no a ɛho nhyehyɛeɛ kɔyɛ no ɔbo ase no aeroplane no tɔɔyɛ mmarima maako 8 ɛne ɛhwere wɔ 9 months nso kɔ akɔyɛ adwuma wɔ ɔbo ase 10 ebi efiri the same ɔbo ase ne nyinaa fa gold no and I'm telling you guys abiding tea aboagye no ofiri ɔbo ase o when a plane ɛkɔ hwe ase menkae busuafo ya so boys bebree no awɔ ɔbo ase ɔmo frɛ me ɔmo ka nsɛm sɛ aban no anyɛ biribi amfa deɛ woka no ho a aban no anyɛ biribi a deɛ ɛkɔ so ɔbo ase a ɛnyɛ bɛtɛ ɛyɛ deeper nam sisa and mekae on the 12th of November 2025 sɛ ɛyɛ sɛ aban no yɛ biribi fa ho na sɛ aban no anyɛ biribi amfa ho a deɛ meetie no ɛne deɛ ɛsisi no ɛnyɛ bɛtɛ. The government can choose to take it lightly. It's up to you. Tiemi, Ura Godwin said, Dr. Ren, you are right. That is why some of us Christians practicing holiness don't put on things made of gold. That I don't know. But he's saying, say, your point I make. Look, gold is spiritual. Gold. You see, Ghana, Kronomu, there is nowhere you dig, you will not get gold. Is it Greater Accra? You dig, you get gold. Is it Central Region? You dig, you get gold. So Dunkwa on of thing. I was Central Region. I wanna a Major Mahama Eko. Yes. If you dig a year, friend, is a Volta region, there is a lot of gold. Any part of the northern region, gold. But you see, gold. A good dear beer. We nyansenia. Ushesui. One Shesuya, it become a curse to your country. So I'm saying it here. A man no mu ye no mrante na wo mu ye e wo boase when John Mahama became John Mahama ebe fa akonya no mrante na wo mu ye no we need to do something. I am telling this government because mrante bebre no ano o ma ye den o ma wu ewu na o ma wu no enye kwa ewu na mrante na ewu no enye kwa ti aban no tia o mu nyam bibi mfa ho because you kun wo tiemiye me si den you kun wo yaya 2025 January 20th and as I say see you swear John Mahama in and as I say see was a soldier shoot dead at least 7 miners in Ghana. This is how BBC News reported us. Media may catch it a mine and Very good. See the entire cancer and Ura Godwin cancer. And he said, the reason why I said it, so light and darkness cannot be one. Look, Muntim you. Aban way back on the first test, at least 7 people killed by army at Ghana's Anglo Gold Ashanti mine, Accra. See, Accra, January 19, Reuters. A Ghanaian small-scale miners association on Sunday says soldiers killed 9 armed people at an Anglo Gold Ashanti mine on Saturday night, while the army said 7 illegal miners had been killed in a firefight. Kofi Adams, local chairman of the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners, told Reuters that 9 people had been killed and 14 severely injured in the incident at Obuasi mining site in the West African countries, Ashanti region. Mmeranteɛ no a yɛku wɔn ankɔyɛ biribi amfa ho a anybody ɔbɛyɛ n'adwene so wɔkɔ Obuasi mining. Look, it is not a joke. I'm telling you guys. 9 ewu 9 ewu 8 and a helicopter na hwe omo. 1 and an ebewu sisi ya every 9 months. I'm telling you. Ni nyina happen wo Obuasi nko a o. Who feel say normal? I'm asking you. Do you think say just coincident to be in the ACC? Now, you move on, another topic I'm discussing because I've been hearing people talk about it. What they are saying is the prices of goods and services are skyrocketing. Oko a friend is saying, but before then, no, mere papa, also food chaboso. What can't say be? I think I see it. Ladies and gentlemen, me check. I don't know. We use a different software, so I don't know if that is the reason why our numbers no. We started and we use different software. And I said numbers no. Conform too much. Anyway, we are here for God and country. Yemfa assemble me for to Ghana. We are my mommy musu. All right then. All right. I think so. Mamimfa energy in here. Nyame had much never ban ya sa between come. And I say I chair 1 hour, 30 minutes. God bless our homeland Ghana, make our nation great and strong, both to defend forever and ever. Peace.